Yep, there he is. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
Sorry.
We'll leave him to you.
Peace-loving and distant.
Peace-loving and distant.
And dissident? Distant. Peace-loving and indistin's the name. I'm like Temple's head monk. Can you dig? Oh, there is an instructor and dissident. You're the eyewitness?
Instructor. Not only is Mr. Andistidin Temple's head monk, but he's also a renowned Damalan expert. So he's head monk, so he would have authority to be there. Sorry, but I have to ask, what are Damalans?
Check it. Here she is, my sweet serenader. My one and only. Groovy, right? But you heard our sultry sounds once before, brother. When dragon and tiger bat till.
Why is it going so slow? That's the song from the Dance of Devotion. Was he playing the Dance of Devotion song in the storage room?
Could be. Right on, brother. The song of ceremony. Playing this tune together is a precious gig for me and my girl here, you dig?
The Song of Ceremony. The song was playing at the time of the murder.
Oh, Holy Mother. May the righteous sounds of my Damalan serve as my offering to you. Wonderful. A great performance as always. This is my thing, you know, my bag. I make instruments speak, baby. By the by, Magistrate Pops. No Damalan class today? No, I'm afraid this trial has gone into overtime, thanks to the lawyer over there.
Class the judge wanted to attend was a Damalan class?
Well, you know what they say, baby. Never trust a lawyer, man. But transgressors against the Holy Mother have to be brought to justice.
Thank you for your cooperation, Mr. Addiston. As a treasure's keeper, you must have been shocked to learn it had been stolen by yourself. Oh, crap.
Yeah, man, that was not cool.
Keeping a treasure safe is one of your duties, Mr. Addiston?
That's right, brother. This here's the one and only treasure box key. And I keep it on me at all times. Can you dig?
It's the one and only key. Doesn't that
Yep.
mean it's the one and only way to open the box? Dude just placed himself at the scene. Like, how else would the box have opened?
But the sneaky thief went and cracked open that sucker anyway. Total bummer,
I
man.
don't buy it. No.
Me neither.
So that's the key to the treasure box, is it?
You know it, baby. It's called the Magatama key, and it's a historical artifact to boot. It's been passed down from head monk to head monk at Temple Temple.
Magatama key, huh?
And now someone jacked the treasure on my watch. It's a real buzzkill, man. How am I ever going to face Her Holiness again? Oh, Holy Mother, please find in your infinite mercy to forgive me. Please guide this lost and humble lamb.
Why do I always get the far out ones? Mr. Addison, then. You witnessed the accused and the victim heading to the treasure room.
You know it, baby. Best believe I scoped that tiny transgressor. Would you please give the court your testimony regarding what you saw? Bring justice against the transgressor, man. Yes, of course, I'll do all that I can. In the name of Her Holiness, I vow to sing not but the truth. I swear to bring. Hit me! Why do I get all the singing roles?
I mean, I was Lamoire in the first game. And Clavier, both of them sang.
True.
So
I guess we're 2 for 2 then. After the morning dance of devotion, to go back to my chamber, I got the notion. Don't you know my chamber's on the way to the temple's treasure room? Hey, hey. Any small footsteps I can quite clearly hear. If anyone to the treasure room goes near.
Then why don't you stop the theft already?
Alibi was the only one. Albie was the only one. Before the blackout, one other than roll. Only Albie the treasure room did stroll.
Tell me I was hallucinating just now.
Like, can you believe that Mr. Roll bit the big one after that? Harsh, man.
I'll share your sentiments. You were the one who discovered the victim's body, weren't you, Mr. Addison? What? You found the body as well? He really is a key witness, then.
That's right, brother. After the blackout, I went to reset the breaker to give the power back to the people. Circuit box is near my chamber, so I'm always a man for the job. You feel me? The breaker's on the first floor on the hallway in front of the class storeroom.
So he's literally placing himself at the scene. Like, he would have known. Also, he's like, oh, I heard the footsteps. He would have heard the kid coming down sooner and getting the treasure. What the heck?
Yep. On the way, I got a whiff of something funky. Blood, man, really harshed my mellow. I knew something wasn't kosher, so I swung by the treasure room to see what's what. And it was like, whoa, man! There was poor Mr. Roll, dead as a doornail.
In the interval between the end of the dance of devotion and the blackout, the only ones who went to the scene of the crime were the victim and the accused. So you see, Mr. Addison's unassailable account is what led to the victim's arrest. Hold it. Isn't it possible that the murder took place before the end of the dance of devotion? I'm afraid that's not possible. The victim was in the performance hall until the very end of the dance. He was? Would you like some proof? How's this? A photo of that morning's dance of devotion, taken by a tourist.
My, what grateful dancing.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. He has the key.
That's not what I see.
What do you see?
Look in his hands. That's a different
A
guitar.
Actually, yeah, it is. What the hell?
That's totally different guitar.
I can almost hear the sound of Mr. Anderson Damelon now.
Payne's right. There's Mr. Roll on duty. Never underestimate the incredible Payne. So in addition to Raphael's insights, he had to back up evidence lined up too, huh?
As a head monk, my monks in training are like my own kids. Like a family. Can you dig it? I should have taught I'll be better, man. For her holiness, the Holy Mother. I'll be confess your sins, my young brother. Head monk and this understand in. I didn't kill Mr. Roll.
Let's just say Andistan.
Understand.
Or well, let's just say Andy.
And disdain? And distin? What's the pun? Because I know the first ones. Peace loving and I stand in? And I standing. Oh, peace loving understanding.
Ah, there it is. Peace, love, and understanding.
Okay.
There we go. Now we get it.
That took me long. Peace, love, and understanding.
She's only
Okay,
14.
okay.
She is young.
Yep.
He was 32.
A lot of young people. So I don't have anything to confess to the Holy Mother. What? Bogus, little man. Your faith is weak like a wet paper bag. Are you feeling me? Bear the rod, hey baby. For the child, not maybe. Zoltek. Her holiness is magnanimous, son. If you confess your guilt, she'll forgive you in the twilight realm.
I don't suppose you could forgive him in his realm first.
Defense, please begin your cross-examination.
Okay, we have the press button now. So I'm guessing we're gonna have to press.
Yeah, we're gonna press. No, it's not.
Even from inside the chambers, you can still hear what's going on.
Temple is a groovy old building built for Mother Nature's finest. You can hear a pin drop through wooden walls, you dig?
In an old building like that, I guess the walls must be pretty thin. And that's how Mr. Understanding could know the culprit's movements. It's all thanks to the Holy Mother's divine protection.
Right on, my man. I dedicate this testimony to Her Holiness. Albie was the only one. Albie was the only one.
How could you tell it was Albie just from the sound of some footsteps?
Albie is practically family, man. The smooth groove of his shoes are easy to pick out.
But how do you know he went to the treasure room? Do you think it was possible that he went to the storeroom at the other end of the hall?
No way, man. I saw him with my own 2 eyes.
You saw him? Why didn't you stop him?
In the treasure room, just could believe my peepers. Peep the sneaky sneak I'll be.
And tell us where it is you stood when I saw the accused, if you would.
When I heard the footsteps, I looked out the window. Impossible! From my window, I can see the window of the first floor hallway across the courtyard. You dig? Muddy! That's it. That's a contradiction. Shutters are closed.
We don't have the window in here.
Nope, we have something else that has the shutters on it. It's definitely there.
I had the shutters on it.
Not on that one. There is. It's one of the pieces of evidence has the shutters locked with the power. It's in text. I know it is. It's in one of the things you were reading. And through that window, I saw Albie walking into the treasure room. Yes.
Please add that statement to your testimony, Mr. Understanding.
You got it, brother. It's one of the text things that was with the fire, with the blackout.
Oh, there it is.
Therefore, all the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion.
There it is.
Objection!
Earl Smart. Earl Smart.
There's something off about that, Mr. Understanding.
My music is off. I'm sorry you feel that way, man. Maybe this vibe ain't topping the charts. Where you from? What's your poison? Orchestra, jazz, soul?
There's nothing wrong with my ears, witness, but there's something not quite right with your eyes. Mr. Understanding, you've been lying to this court.
Shout outs to Jackie. Now, why would I lie? She's playing Animal Crossing. I've got nothing to hide. Truth and truth alone is all I sing. Lying, y'all. Now, lying ain't my thing. Hobbit, peace, eat some cake.
I contend otherwise. Do you recognize this object, Mr. Understanding?
It's a temple notice, man. What of it? How does he know?
In this notice, the following instruction to the temple monks is written. All of the hallway shutters will remain shut for today's dance of devotion.
What you talking about, Phoenix?
How does he know our name? I don't think we've said it in his presence.
He probably was witnessing it. Or watching.
I'm talking about the fact that from your chamber, you couldn't have seen anyone going into the treasure room through those shutters.
Yeah.
Looks like you didn't get the memo.
No way. I don't believe it, man. He's sweating while he's playing.
If you don't believe it, why don't you read the notice for yourself?
Let's see. Something, something, will, something, for, something, something.
Is that your idea of reading?
Is he illiterate? I'm not so hot at reading Kuranese, man. I usually get one of the other monks to read stuff for me, you know.
Doesn't that make your duties as head monk a little difficult?
Hey, cut me some slack, man. I only moved to this country 6 months ago.
It became head monk that quick? It's quite recent, isn't it? So, how did someone who's only been here 6 months become head monk of a temple? How little you understand. Religious faith can't be measured in months or years. I've only been adherent to Koreanism for 3 months myself. The Holy Mother's teaching really spoke to me, prompting me to stay in this country. Or is it the fact that there are no lawyers here that spoke to you?
Mr. Pan, I know just how you feel, my man. Her Holiness teaching spoke to me, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present Brother Dumb and Brother Dumber. Well, I know why Mr. Payne suddenly became a believer in Koreanism. How could understand it have an ulterior motive to becoming a believer too? Mr. Understand It, were you really in your chamber as you claim?
What? What? Hey, be chill, brother.
Weren't you instead somewhere else?
Objection!
Mr. Wright, what kind of nonsense are you spouting now? According to Mr. Understanding's testimony, he saw Albie with his own eyes. Therefore, is it really nonsense to suggest that he could have seen Albie from somewhere else? Well...
You have a theory, Defense. Do you know where Mr. Understanding was, if not in his chamber?
He wasn't in his room, then. Probably would go down the hallway towards the treasure room. There are only a few places he could have seen Albie from. I do have a theory, Your Majesty. Let's say the witness really did see Albie going towards the treasure room. What then? Defense proposes this is the only place he could have been to see Albie go down to that hall.
In the treasure room itself.
It could be either he's in a treasure room or he's by the breaker. Because like Albie would have seen him if he was over here.
In the breaker, everything's dark. He wouldn't go down unless it was completely...
Unless he was already down there.
Yeah.
Like like this one's tricky. Like where specifically? Like he could see it from here, hiding over here too.
He only went down the stairs slightly, so he had to be right behind.
Yeah. So he'd have to be somewhere in this area, or like what we were saying is like got the treasure, came out, and he went over and hid in the storeroom. So probably like.
Take that!
But you just suggested earlier that there was where the true culprit might have been.
Huh, I wonder why. True, but no matter how do I look at it, this is the only place Understanding could have been.
Mr. Foreign Lawyer, don't tell me. Are you accusing Mr. Understanding of being the true culprit in this case?
We 100% are. Yes, Your Majesty. I contend there's a strong possibility this witness is the murderer.
Objection!
How dare you be so disrespectful? First you criticize her benevolence insights, and now you accuse the head monk of murder.
Objection!
This is the only place the witness could have been. If he was here, he could have struck the victim down from behind and moved his body to the treasure room. That's nothing but groundless conjecture. And there's one more thing. Do you remember what was said in the opening argument?
The opening argument.
During that argument, it was suggested that Albie used his position as a monk in training to get his hands on the treasure. That's right. And what of it? Well, why don't we try this twist on for size? The thief used his position as head monk of the temple to get a hold of the treasure. What?
What? You're joshing me, man.
The key to the treasure has been passed down from head monk to head monk. What better position to be in if you want to steal the treasure? You can't be serious.
Does this mean you're claiming that Mr. Understanding's oath of faith is nothing but the lie designated to get them closer to the treasure?
No, the witness has been truthful in his testimony to the court. So clearly, he isn't above lying. Didn't you swear to the Holy Mother that naught but the truth would you bring? In light of that, I don't think it's unfair to call your faith into question. This is ridiculous. There are no limits to what this lawyer will say. I mean, lie is such a strong word. Maybe it was just a mistake. It's gonna be him.
Enough with the nervous wreck routine, prosecutor. You're just embarrassing yourself, man.
What?
What was that, Mr. Understanding? Lawyer man, you really are the lowest of the low. You've gone and said something I can't forgive. You called my belief into question, my faith in the Holy Mother. And nobody gets away with that.
What
Oh.
the? What?
What on earth? That music, it's making my ears bleed.
Kick him out, Judge. Arrest him. Where did those speakers come from? Where did those come from?
And this music of my soul. Death to the lawyer. I'm the Twilight Messenger. Can't ya tell? Gonna take this lying lawyer straight to hell. He's tripping with lies, running with Philistines. I'm gonna send that lawyer to the guillotine. How's my rock voice, by the way?
Great.
In
This is
peace.
great.
I didn't expect this. This is amazing.
And now
First
for
rap,
something
now
completely
rock.
different.
The plickety plink music just wouldn't let me express my rage.
Your rage, huh? Is the real source of your anger having your lie exposed?
You just don't get it. If I lied, it's because you drove me to it. All sniffing around and suspicious and throwing out false accusations.
Sorry, but as a lawyer, I'm afraid that's my job.
Yeah, well, lawyers are crap. Keep making noise and I'll have to use my partner here on you.
I'm the one
I can't-
making noise?
I can't wait to watch this episode later on. Hey, so you want to know the truth, huh? Think you can handle the truth, don't ya? Fine. Let's see you try. Yeah. Feel the heat of my brutal death beat. That is right. Sweating bullets, ain't ya? The screams of my soul are gonna make it a mosh pit out of the peanut gallery.
Did he really just win the court over with that performance?
Yo, geezer, I got something to testify. Get ready for the howling of my soul. I call this charge up a soul screaming truth. Oh, I'm ready. Oh, priestess's deaths had come to an end. To the music storeroom, my way, I did wend. Death, truth is what you dread. Hear me shred. From my spot in front of the storeroom, I saw Albie creep up to the treasure room. And trailing from behind, hound on the scent, I saw patrol. After Albie, he went. Me and my girl, innocent and sweet, back to my storeroom, can't be beat.
Me and my girl, huh?
It's guitar, I'm thinking.
Probably.
Then out went the power, ticket to midnight, blacker than the blackest black, robbing all sides. Oh my god. Yeah, baby, let that soul metal flow. I really gotta hear my voice when I hear this episode. I just wonder why I'm just torturing you with this. What is that music? I've never heard anything like it. And it's so fast, it's making my head spin. This is Damalian Metal. Hey, yo, Geezer. How are those ears ringing?
I don't know much about music, but I've got chills, and they're multiplying.
Hey, you scared lawyer man, run away as fast as you can.
What a wonderful rhythm. A perfect accompaniment for further deliberations. And now, Mr. Understanding, what did you go to the music storeroom for?
I went to put my Damalian away. She's my precious partner. Gotta give her a good rest after playing in that right.
Okay, so he swapped out the guitars then?
I think he hit him in the back of the head with the guitar.
Is the guitar the real murder weapon? And the blood
Maybe.
on the thing is planted? But then why did you lie before?
Because you'd send me to hell.
We're gonna send you there anyway. Huh?
We all know about lawyers and their lying, lordly ways. Am I right, people? If I admitted I went to the storeroom, he'd have drummed up a false charge on me. I didn't want to get sent to hell. What do you say?
Does perjury exist in this country?
Now I see why the Defense Culpability Act was passed. You feel me, Codian?
Is it too much to ask for a low-key trial?
Now your punk's ready to rock or what? I can't hear you. I said you're ready to teach this lying lore how we do things around here. Yeah! All right, then I'm gonna lay it on you one more time. The screaming truth of my soul. I better win an Emmy Award for this voice performance, please.
Hold it!
How did Albie appear at the time?
Come to think of it, he was glancing around all shifty-like. You could tell he was up to no good. Shady, I tell you.
What's that saying about people who live in the glass houses? Well, he was about to steal the treasure, so it only stands to reason he'd look furtive.
Objection!
The defendant admitted he was sneaking into see the treasure box. Wouldn't that be why he was looking around?
What's that, people? Only the Holy Mother knows the truth, you say. Bzz, wrong. Bees the love know the score, baby. From my lips to the Holy Mother's ear, the artist only sings what he saw there.
In other words, my reasoning isn't good enough for God Boy here. And what did you see next, Mr. Understanding?
Hold it!
Something tells me this is going to be a spectacular waste of time, but what do you mean by hound on the scent?
What? You don't get it? It's always the same, y'all. Lyrics questioned without mercy. The more famous the song, the greater the controversy.
Wasn't your lyrical sense I was questioning?
I say hound on the scent like a hunting dog, cause you know, roll what's a god and...
Uh-oh, here we go.
The inspiration came to me suddenly, flash and...
Hold it!
That's okay. You don't have to explain your lyrics anymore.
Hey, you're the one who asked.
I knew I shouldn't have asked.
Mr. Understanding. Mr. Understanding, you still understand, so please stick to your testimony. You can explain the lyrics to me later in Damalin class. Fine, have it your way, geezer. The show must go on, slash and dash. Yeah, I need to know what he means by his girl.
What exactly were you doing in the music storeroom?
There, get the picture? Who's playing?
Picture? What picture?
Mr. Understanding is requesting that you do not ask him the same thing over and over. Hey, geezer, you got it on one. Take a bow, baby.
How the heck did he understand that?
What was I doing in the music store room, you ask? I already told you. I was taking care of my partner in crime, getting ready to put her away. But see, would you believe it?
Hold it!
Where were you when the power outage occurred?
Like I said, I was in the music store room. My girl had been sounding a little off, so I had to get her back in tune.
Isn't it true that you were actually in the hallway at the time?
The hallway, you say? Why would I be in the hallway?
You were waiting for Mr. Roll to come back from his patrol of the treasure room. Now that he discovered that the treasure had been stolen, you were going to kill him.
Lawyer man, just as always, so full of bullshit. Spewing noxious lies and pulling the wool shit. Sorry. Filthy liar through and through. And I ain't never ever gonna forgive you.
I turn lies with no evidence. As always, his claims are just turnips.
Hey, nice prosecutor. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Someone stop
My
their
voice
jam
is good.
session, please.
My voice is gonna
I
die.
understood about half of what the guy was saying. Supposed to press his statements, but I'm really not looking forward to it. Okay, so we gotta press the other one.
Hold it!
You say you went to the music storeroom. But how do we know you didn't go to the treasure room to steal the treasure instead?
And on what grounds did you base that accusation? Got anything to show for it?
That's right, I don't really have any proof. yet. Well, you can't prove that you didn't go to the treasure room either. Oh? You stole the treasure and were ready to make it your getaway when you saw Mr. Roll. So you panicked and ran into the music storeroom. Isn't that right?
There's a lot of silence here. It's
Why do I feel like I'm being stabbed by icy stares from every direction?
the silence is your answer, lawyer man. This audience knows the score. Just what we needed. A moment of silence to bid this Lord's basis claim goodbye.
Why do they have to hate lawyers so much in this country?
I said it before and I'll say it again, lawyer man. After the priestess's dance, I went to the music storeroom. You've made your assertions clear, defense, but your argument is rather unsubstantiated.
That's not good.
Hehehe.
What's so funny, plebeian assistant?
Plebeian.
Nevertheless, the possibility is still there. You can't deny that the witness could have killed the victim under the cover of darkness.
Objection!
You're forgetting one very important thing. Huh? It seems you've forgotten that the outage happened by chance, not design. Did it happen by chance, though? Do we know that for certain?
Oh, that's right.
Also, would a 9-year-old know how to cause a blackout like that, too? Like, how would he be able to use that either? Oh, that's right. I did forget about that. It's not like the witness planned the outage so he could take advantage of the darkness. And without darkness, it would have been hard to sneak up behind Mr. Roll and kill him.
You're right. Even I would notice someone coming up behind me. Well, defense, what do you have to say about that?
I mean, he could easily have just flipped the breaker switch, gone, killed, turned back on, moved the body, got out of there. Rather simple. What can I say about that? Mr. Wright, your claim is completely without merit. Unless you want to argue that the witness somehow magically made the power outage happen. Thanks. Thanks for bringing that up, Payne. Well, maybe not magically, but... Wait, that's it. I contend that the witness could have made the power outage happen. Was no magic necessary.
They're by the breakers.
What?
You have a theory, defense?
All he had to do is make use of something shown in this diagram. What did the witness use to make the power outage happen? The breaker!
Breakers are right there.
Take that!
The witness was in the storeroom. The circuit box is on the storeroom end of the hallway. There's nothing really magical about turning off the breaker, wouldn't you say?
Nice try, but that theory doesn't hold water, lawyer man.
And why not?
You saying I turned the breaker off and then snuck up on Mr. Roll and hit him? In pitch black darkness with no source of light whatsoever?
Are you sure there's no
Is
light?
that what you're saying?
Are you sure there's no light?
With the lights off, that hallway is blacker than 100 midnights. You can see the hand in front of your face. How could anybody commit murder like that? Unless it was somebody standing right in front of the victim, like the accused.
I hate when he's right. I can't just let his point stand. Well, Maybe the victim was holding something that served as a guide.
A guide through the darkness?
Something that's more than a little vague, wouldn't you agree?
You ain't gonna move this room with a half-baked hunch like that, bro. You gotta hit him hard, really make him feel it, you hear me? Just like my verse, baby, woo! Well, I'm afraid I don't understand the witness's lyrics very well either. But in the trial, your arguments have to be clear and precise. Let's see some of that clarity and precision now, defense.
Uh-oh. What do I do?
Can you present to us something that could have served as a guide through the darkness? Yeah, the... glows in the dark.
Yes, I can. Because there has to be something.
Alright, let's see what you have, defense. What could have the victim been holding that served as a guide to the darkness? And why is it the treasure box?
I believe the victim was holding the treasure box.
Hmm?
Huh? Have you gone mad? Well, the box glows in the dark, so you could use it as a sort of beacon.
Well, I guess you're right.
But why in the world would the victim be holding the treasure box?
Oh, well.
Was Mr. Patrol stealing it?
I think Mr. Patrol saw it open, and then he grabbed the open treasure box.
Yeah, he could have. It could have already been taken. Just the treasure part was taken, and he carried the box to like take it, and then he ran into Albie. Your guess is as good as mine. Is there no way to win them over?
Defense. Are we going to be needing those tongue shears after all?
No, Your Majesty.
Yeah, man, do it. Then we can jam out to this lawyer shrieks of pain. Better get those screams of agony out now, lawyer man. While you still have the tongue to scream with.
I guess I'd better come up with a reason. No pressure or anything. So why the victim was holding a treasure box? Can be easily explained. It can easily be explained as thus. Brain, don't fail me now. What reason could the victim possibly have to be holding that treasure box? The victim was holding a treasure box because he was... I mean, given the options we have, I think he has to be the thief in this case.
It does make sense. He has his brothers and sisters to support, right?
Yeah.
That's motive.
Yes, it does give him motive too. Like, just because he's dead doesn't mean he couldn't have been a thief in some way. But then that begs the question, what happened to the treasure? Which obviously, probably this stupid monk still has it. It makes most sense to be thief. It's an idea I just happened to stumble upon. But I think it just might be the answer. And it would turn this whole trial upside down.
Hello, defense. Are you still with us? Let's hear this easy explanation you promised. After all, other treasures went missing too.
Yeah? Isn't it possible that it was because the victim himself was the thief?
The victim?
The thief?
What kind of bull are you spewing now? Your Majesty, this guy's off his rucker.
The victim was the thief. Everything we've learned so far would all make sense. It would give us a completely new way to interpret the victim's actions. After a morning of days of devotion, Mr. Roll went to the treasure room. He grabbed the box that contained the treasure and started to make off with it.
He ran into the boy.
And then he ran into Albie on the great stairs. That's why Roll pulled his gun on Albie. Then, when the blackout occurred,
Boy runs.
Mr. Roll was bludgeoned to death in the darkness. This explains why the victim would be holding the glowing treasure box in the dark, and how it would be possible for someone other than the accused to kill him. You have any idea what you're saying?
You're unbelievable, lawyer man. I think you've lost it. That's the craziest thing I ever heard. Roll, trying to roll the temple. That devout believer, the pious Koranist. I won't allow you to disparage the victim's departed soul with unfounded allegations. I hope you're prepared to back up your claim.
Of course, Your Majesty. Oh, really? In that case, can we assure you have proof? Uh-oh. Proof, huh? Do I have any proof? I can't back down now. Yes, I have proof. In my dreams. Proof that Mr. Wool was a thief. May have been left behind on a certain piece of evidence.
Very well.
His bloody hand was holding it. That's why there's blood on his hand and blood on the thing.
Oh.
Cause like, why is there blood on his hand? Like, that's the thing we haven't been able to figure out. Like,
Doesn't look like much of a handprint when you're holding it, though, right?
I mean, not much blood could have just dripped around.
True. Let's see your evidence and be ready to stand behind it.
Footprints, fingerprints, I'll take anything at this point. Need proof. Something that would have been involved with the theft. That might still have some trace evidence left on it.
What proof do you have the victim might have been the thief?
Like, nothing else
Hey.
really works. Unless there's something... It's like we can just vaguely see his other hand there, but we don't see that hand.
Yeah, that's the article from 80 years ago, but he would have the glowing stuff on him. I say it's a treasure box.
Take that!
Oh, because if we examine the treasure box and we can figure it out, like that he had it. The defense would like to examine the treasure box. There might be trace evidence on it that would show that the victim held it.
Might. You better hope you turn up something more definitive than that, defense.
Yes, sir. Your Majesty.
Very well. Bailiff, bring the treasure box.